Here is my beautiful basil plant that I harvested and dehydrated the basil in my dehydrator. As you can see, it's just thriving. And it's been this way all summer long. I've been cutting it, I've been using it in our food, our dishes, and I have dehydrated it and made basil flakes, basil seasoning, and it just keeps coming back really healthy. We haven't had to use anything on this plant. It hasn't had any diseases. As you can see, it's just growing in a 5-gallon grow bag. You can do this too. You can grow a beautiful basil plant like this in a small bag on your porch, your patio, your deck. Whenever you want, you can just go out and snip some off. And really, we haven't done much. We have it on drip, so it does get watered daily. I think I did some fertilizer on it a couple times this season, just some fish emulsion. And that's about it. Before we planted it, we put in some granular fertilizer and compost, and we do keep it mulched with straw. But it's an easy to grow plant, and man, the reward is just, you will be rewarded for months and months. If you want to know how to grow beautiful herbs like this and other vegetables and flowers, keep following our channel, Organic Oasis, California. Hi, today I'm going to show you how I preserve my basil that I harvested from our organic garden here at Organic Oasis in California. So I have a Kasuri dehydrator that I've had a couple years and I absolutely love it. So I went ahead, harvested our basil, and I put it on 135 overnight for about maybe 14 hours. And it's looking pretty good here, as you can see. So now I'm gonna put it into a bowl, and then I will crumble it up. I will put it in my grinder, and I will put it in a jar, and it will last about a year, probably until next summer when I grow more. You can see and hear it's nice and crumbly. And that's how you know it's ready. Here is my lovely basil that I just got out of my Kasuri dehydrator. And I have just a little Hamilton Beach food processor. I'm just gonna stick some of this into here, fill this up. I cover the little hole because a lot of basil dust is going to come out. So I kind of put my finger here. And here we go. Here it is. And you can keep grinding it. It depends on how fine you want it. I find this Hamilton Beach to be perfect. I don't mind if I have bigger flakes. I'll probably just leave it like this. Now that I have my basil ground up, I like to store it and preserve it just in these little half pints. So I just can do this and pour it right in. We have a nice little jar of basil. See how this makes just such a nice little container, and I like to give these during the holiday as gifts because it's our organic growing basil, and friends and family just love getting these. This has no bad ingredients in it, completely organic from our garden, and just so easy to make this, to grind it up, dehydrate it, and put it in your food processor, and you have this nice little jar in this gift, and this can last probably an entire year. Now, I have this is my basil jar, and that I just keep adding to it. I started this in 2022, and every year when I grind my basil, I just add it. This is from last year. I still have a little left. It's perfectly good. It smells wonderful. It's still perfectly dehydrated. So I'm just gonna grind up the rest of this and just add it to my stash. So now here's my own stash of basil. I have a nice stash. Again, I started this in October 2022, and every year I just add to it, and it's perfectly fine. But now I have an extra one to give at Christmas for one of my family members. I usually give these to my family members that like to cook, and will appreciate this, so I'm excited. Thanks for following along. If you like to learn tips and tricks about how to use your organic produce that you're growing in your garden, follow along with our Organic Oasis California channel. Thanks for watching. Here is the basil plant that I harvested and dehydrated the basils to make basil spice. As you can see, I harvested it and got a jar and a half of basil, and look at how much is left on this plant. This plant's just been so healthy. It's the only basil plant besides this purple one that I grew this year, and literally it's been outstanding. I mean, literally this has given us a couple jars of dehydrated basil, and we use it in all of our meals.